or among
Dillinger
thieves.
he was, from what our research, those
Mm-hmm.
guys were all, the reason they got away with robbing those banks for so long,
Mm-hmm.
they were unbelievably loyal to one another.
Yeah,
They
there's
went and got
loyalty.
Dillinger out of a jail when they didn't have to, at their
Mm-hmm.
own risk. I mean, they were very loyal to each other,
I love
but
that. And I
they
love the
lived on that side of
character.
society. That was
Yeah, like there's so many great characters, and you see the character of Jean Valjean in
oh my
Victor
God.
Hugo. I mean,
Yeah.
he was trying to give bread. He get bread to the child, and you go,
Yeah.
okay, come on. And now he's going to prison for. And you look at the character of the man based on Victor Hugo's life story. That this sense of what people suffer through, and the tragedy, and so in a world where there's really all kinds of crazy out there. You know what I mean? And all kinds of evil, to go back to the love and the character and the sense of also forgiveness, and to forgive ourselves as well,
Yeah.
and
I would say that there were
then,
better men in the Dillinger gang than there were in a lot of recent political administrations, as far as character and honesty, and people I trust not to, they wouldn't backstab each other, most of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I love, in fact, I want to do an episode, and you'll have to come back too. I want to do an episode on loyalty. It's so important. There's something to be said for that, and that sense of knowing who's got your back in a world where you do feel like, wow, I can't believe. And I think we add that to our work too, the betrayals or the dark side,
Oh, sure.
And the things we've walked through and what we've had to do, to move forward and to know, as I told my daughter to know. I mean, they say don't judge, but also judge enough to know, who your friends are. Not always easy in a world where you go,
Right.
oh, ouch, I
Keep your
can't
word.
believe.
That's the
Keep
thing.
your word.
If you
And
had
here's
one
the
thing
good
to say to a
news.
kid, you could, and they said you can only have time to tell them one thing before we take you away. Kid, keep your word.
Keep your word. Keep your word. Yes, keep your word. And, come from the place of to thine own self be true. But you're very right. Keep your word. And it's all about, staying in the place of, I like putting out, like standing still I meditate, and then going out from there to be of service, and going, okay, I'm not here, getting out of my own way enough to say, okay, get all, because we all have, in the meditation, I'm able to say, okay, get rid of the sense of neediness or what's in it for me, which, like you said, show me the money, but at the same time, to find the wherewithal to remain loyal, to remain true to ourselves and move forward. And then that money thing comes in.
Yeah. Well, you got to eat. But the thing is, if you don't ask for money for your art, you are insulting yourself for what you did. You are putting you're taking trash out of what took you all that time to create. You people can't have if you make furniture, you can't give it away. You could give it away if you wanted to. If you had a lot of money, you could give it away. So you're making furniture for the poor.
But you're right. There's not a lot of respect sometimes with people, maybe because they're not artists or they don't know, But like and I know, with even as a writer or comedy especially, I write comedy and you do as well. There's a sense of people saying, oh, well, tell me a joke. It's as if we said, hey, you're an accountant. Here, add some numbers for me. It doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that
it's
way.
a very serious business.
Give me some free. If you're a lawyer, I'm at a bar. Give me some free legal advice. Sorry, here's my card. Come to my office.
Exactly. We'll have to share that too. Hopefully, you'll come back too. I know we went way over what we talked about, but I thank you.
Oh, it's fun.
So much for sharing, because I know that the world really, truly is in a place where so many people hurting, and not just the drugs and alcohol, but again, major depression, major anxiety, and I know, we could sing the blues, but then it becomes, okay, what can I do to be of service and to share the comedy, to share the solution? And writing is a great tool, and writers,
it is. The singing arts, and writing and
creative.
If you sing songs, at least go to a bar and let them pay you put money in the hat. But I just wanted to say that last thing about why you need money is because
money. I'm
you have
writing
to
it down.
value. If you don't think your work is worth anything on the market, then you're devaluing your work, and you're saying to yourself, I can't write
Right.
well enough for somebody to pay me.
Yeah.
And just keep writing until you can write well enough. And then make them
And
give you the money that it's worth.
Love
They're
that.
making money off it. So
now, do you go to the Writers Guild for the monetary factor? In other words, do you say, listen, this is the minimum at the Writers Guild? So do you do you call upon the union wages as a writer, or are you going in another league? We're going
most of the stuff I wrote in the magazines. Okay. The magazines were all, here's what we pay.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. And as a screenwriter, we'll keep sending the good energy out, and we'll have to have you back too. And we'll talk more too about the arts and all of it and the great writers. And there's so much in the arts to share, again, to get back to the creativity. And we remind one another to stay in the solution. And so grateful for you two and your great energy and your kindness. And yes, I'm glad you're being paid too to be of service as a teacher. I always say, pay the teachers more.
Oh, yeah.
Pay the teachers more.
Well, especially,
these are teachers,
professors,
college professors.
Pays good. That pays pretty good. But the people that are getting screwed are the elementary school and high school teachers.
Yeah, they should be paid more too. I mean, they're there, especially now on the front line. And these kids, they go, don't get me started on that. That's another story where we see the little kids at school with their little 6 feet distance masks and little shields up around their, it's like, wow, this, just this sense of what's going on in the world today, and to send out the beautiful energy all over the world. I always like to say that out loud because, again, it does. We have listeners in all over the world. And I know there's people, again, that are trapped in scenarios in all ages. And so it's good to remember that indeed, we can call upon the arts, and underneath it all is that sense of love, as we know it's the most powerful thing, and that can go out to the kids who are suffering and the kid in us and all the artists and creators everywhere. And to you, I'm wishing you great, success. We'll put the word out there again. Now, is there social media where we can contact you, or what do you think?
I just do the Facebook thing.
Okay, got it. And then we'll add more, and I'll get with the bio to more of that when I do my intro there. And so, meantime, thank you.
Stay in touch. Keep sending me your writing, and keep working on it. And
I will. Thank you.
Make them pay you.
Woo! That's brilliant. I love that. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Daniel
Maureen.
Gleason, Professor. May the road rise up to meet you and the wind be always at your back.
You got it, kid. Okay. Same to you.
And so special thank you to Professor Daniel Gleason and to all the teachers and professors universally out there. Again, it takes just one great teacher or one great writer, one great movie, one great work of art that can help change lives in quarantine and always. And so it's a great go-to, the solution in the world. And to my fellow professional writers out there, as we just heard, and very, very good advice. We must get paid. We must ask for the money. We are writers, be it screenplay, be it novel, be it poetry. And as, again, advice from the pros is, that's what makes us the pro. The monetary factor comes into play. So remember your worth, my fellow professional writers. And sending out, as always, the beautiful energy here in quarantine. And always, this is Maureen from Quarantine. And remember, stay creative and stay in the solution. And where's the answer? It's in the answer.
Show me the money. Let's look at it. What you gonna do, Jerry? Congratulations, you're still my agent.
Maureen from Quarantine, serving the universe.